Banking has to work when and where you need it. The best advice and the best service in financial services happen in real time, and it's based on customer behavior using principles of big data, mobility, and gamification. Brett King. Welcome back to the channel. Imagine criminal networks so complex, so deeply hidden, that even powerful banks and regulators see only fragments. But now a new weapon is forming, an AI-driven system designed to thread through the fog. Today we pull back the curtain on Project Aurora, a bold experiment to outsmart money laundering across borders. What's at stake is not just finances integrity, but how we define trust in a digital age. Let me walk you through how it works and why it could change everything. Let's go.
Money laundering is a global problem and has far-reaching effects throughout society. It fuels corruption, organized crime and terrorism, as well as environmental crime and modern slavery. It's estimated that 2% to 5% of the world's $100 trillion GDP consists of laundered money, or between $2 and $5 trillion. Yet only 1% of these illegal proceeds, $20 to $50 billion, are ever seized by the authorities.
Just ask yourself, why does this matter so much? Because money laundering fuels almost every form of global crime. Terror networks, corruption, and the drug trade. And today, most banks only see their own data. Each watches his little piece of the puzzle, but no one sees the full picture. Project Aurora flips their model. It creates a shared, privacy-protected lens into global transactions, where patterns emerge that individual players could never detect alone. After Aurora's global adoption, this could mean fewer false positives, faster investigation, and fewer escape routes for illicit money. This isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a shift in how we fight financial crime itself.
Detecting money laundering patterns is a complex task. Spotting these patterns requires the ability to connect data across firms and borders to identify suspicious networks and dubious flows of funds. However, the problem is that financial institutions, which bear most of the responsibility for detecting suspicious activities, rely on siloed data and systems and are often forbidden from sharing information with other financial institutions. This makes it hard for them to detect these complex money laundering networks and flows. Criminals use sophisticated cross-border layering techniques to hide the origin of the funds. For example, by using money mule networks. Money mules are people who intentionally or unintentionally help criminals launder money by receiving and transferring illegal profits on behalf of someone else. Individually, these transfers may appear legitimate, but when viewed as a whole, patterns emerge to reveal money laundering activities.
For years, banks have battled money laundering blindfolded, each seeing only its own corner, while criminals move freely through the gaps. Now a breakthrough emerges. Project Aurora is built on three powerful ideas. First, synthetic data, a digital twin of the global financial system where AI learns to detect crime safely without real customer data. Second, machine learning, mapping hidden networks of accounts and transactions that no human could ever trace. And third, privacy-enhancing technology, letting banks collaborate securely, sharing insight without sharing data. Together, these steps promise a future where transparency and privacy coexist. But Aurora's biggest test isn't the code, it's trust. Because even the smartest system is only as strong as our will to cooperate. Project Aurora could finally bring light to the world's financial shadows, if we dare to share it.
Let's see how a typical money mule transaction works. A group of criminals make use of multiple mule accounts in country A to receive illegal funds. The funds are transferred to mule accounts in several financial institutions in country B. Finally, the funds are transferred to mule accounts in country C, where they will be withdrawn or moved further. A financial institution in country C might flag one of the transfers as suspicious, but it cannot warn other financial institutions because it may not know where the money has come from. and because it's prohibited from sharing the information. But technologies such as privacy-enhancing technologies, machine learning, and network analysis open up new possibilities to improve anti-money laundering efforts, data sharing, and collaborative analytics to detect complex money laundering networks and suspicious flows of funds. Project Aurora has been developed by the BIS Innovation Hub Nordic Centre. The proof of concept tests the feasibility of analysing payments data that is securely protected using privacy-enhancing technologies. Using advanced machine learning to detect complex money laundering techniques across institutions and borders. Project Aurora has 3 parts. In the first part, the project created a synthetic dataset based on recognized patterns of actual domestic and cross-border payments with complex money laundering techniques embedded in the data. In part 2, the project applied different machine learning models to different views of payments data and measured the effectiveness of each in detecting money laundering networks and flows. In part 3, the project utilized different privacy-enhancing technologies on different data sharing and analysis models to securely protect the data, while testing the effectiveness of the machine learning models in detecting money laundering networks and flows. When combining privacy-enhancing technologies, machine learning, and network analysis, the project was able to detect complex money laundering networks that would have gone undetected using siloed analysis and rule-based methods. Analyzing networks and behaviors could be more effective in detecting suspicious networks and flows, particularly when including cross-border views of the data. Central
banks, regulators, and financial institutions will soon run shared AI models, spotting suspicious activity across borders in real time. This same framework will expand beyond money laundering into fraud, sanctions evasion, and terror financing. Aurora will transform the global finance sector, where transparency and trust go hand in hand, and hidden networks of crime finally meet the light.
approaches to data analysis using encryption could be the most effective in detecting more suspicious networks and flows, while decentralized approaches using federated learning could offer new possibilities to collaboratively train machine learning models and share insights without data leaving an institution or borders. Privacy-enhancing technologies could enable the secure and private sharing of data, as well as supporting compliance with privacy rules. And when combined with machine learning, they could be a game-changer in improving anti-money laundering efforts to enable information sharing and collaborative analysis. However, more real-world pilots, run and tested at scale, are required to better understand the practical challenges, and public-private collaboration on this issue is essential.
Project Aurora set out to answer one question: can banks and regulators fight financial crime together without sacrificing privacy? And the results are clear. Aurora proved that using privacy-enhancing technologies, banks can detect suspicious activity without sharing customer data. It's collaboration without exposure, a breakthrough in both trust and technology. The project also showed how AI can reveal hidden connections across global transactions, whose patterns were no human can detect alone. By simulating real-world data, Aurora found links that help stop fraud before it spreads. In the end, Aurora achieved more than efficiency. It proved cooperation can be secure and privacy can power transparency. It's not just a step forward for finance. It's a glimpse of how global trust could finally work in the digital age. Aurora isn't just a proof of concept. It's a signal that cooperation, AI, and ethics can reshape global finance for good. If we get this right, we'll expose the hidden arteries of illicit money, not through crackdowns, but through clarity and insight. That is the quiet revelation behind Project Aurora. Thanks for watching. Do you believe Project Aurora will be a success and a benefit to humanity? Please share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.